What happened?
Well, hi there. Hey. Ryan. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm all about it.
Look how big I am.
Why you gotta? Yeah, that's what they all say, Dan. That's
So
what
they all say. They all say how big I am.
All right, what are we here for? We're here for a first-time reader show.
Ryan, start the music. Come on. We got it in the beginning. Oh, yeah. Woo!
Welcome to the LeafCast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I'm currently focusing on the sound of Avienda's voice.
And I am Ryan's brother, Dan, and I wear coat and breeches, and that is that. Maybe I'll wear a dress once in a while. Maybe, but not to make some man look at me. And we are the way to leaf, and this is LeafCast.
Right, okay. And it is episode 81 that we are currently presenting to you. 81. We're getting older by the week. And when I say we, I mean not just these two adorable puppets that you're looking at right now. We have guests who are diligently and studiously first-time readers. They are reading 3 chapters a week, and they hate it more than anything. And we hear about it weekly.
Yeah, we've been
in
getting
our texts about how.
Thank you, MaTsDaGgerX. I agree. A little up for Todd. Yes.
Yes.
Bring these guys in, Ryan.
Give it up. Yes, bring them in. Books up. Books up, everybody. At home, books up. In Discord, books up, everybody. What? Hey, I see you, Beth. Right.
I did not expect that. And they lived horribly in the in hell.
I just gotta finish.
For eternity. Yay!
Oh, and they never get over their traumas.
They never get
never,
over
ever,
their
never, ever, ever.
Well, hi, sexy people.
What's happening?
What's up, my beautifuls?
I missed
Josh,
you all.
as always, it's great to see you. KayK, you look wonderful as always.
Thank you.
Todd, have you gotten taller? It's been a while.
Todd has gotten taller. I'll vouch for that.
His beard is more angular.
Tis.
More tiz also.
Oh, thank you,
Lumen!
King Joe, Lumen. But we love their suffering.
Lumen, come to
Silly
for being
Discord.
awesome
I want to
first-time
see your,
readers. Yeah,
I want
I
to
mean,
see your
that's
beautiful
exactly.
face. Lumen, come to Discord.
Lumen. You
Yeah,
need
get in the Discord, man.
to get in
But
here.
also
All
keep
y'all
your
need to
YouTube
get in
going
here.
because we want the views. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans on all the spectrums. This is the LeafCast. We're covering
Ryan, do
chapters,
we really want all the spectrums?
all the
Oh.
spectrums.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
From
there's
human
a
to
lot of
puppet.
spectrum.
I mean,
And
why
then
wouldn't
all in between.
Is Black Aja a spectrum?
No, that's a choice.
Ooh,
Okay,
that
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spectrums
yeah.
aren't
Let's
choices,
talk
bro.
about
Spectrums
that.
are
Well,
spectrums.
well,
Choices are choices.
I got it.
that's the
Right. I'm Spectrum.
name to be seen.
Oh, right.
Oh, Batman shirt.
So I missed all that. Damn it.
But we are we're on the Shadow Rising, and this is chapters 46 through 48, and they are doozies, and we need to jump right into it. Brother Dan, are you ready to recap like a mother effer?
I'm mother effing ready to be that mother effer to recap this mother effing.
All right,
chapter.
before we get into those, do we have any personal things we want to discuss? Anything we want to announce? Any great anything you've overcome this week? Anything,
Guys?
any
Yeah, well,
inspirational
that's our
story
reader
for the audience?
how was your week, guys? Did you have a good
Well,
week?
I mean, this is my okay. Well, Josh doesn't want to announce it, but Josh is going to be performing.
No, I was saying I had a bad week. I would mention that, Ryan. Yes. For those of you in the Asheville area, for those of you on the East Coast,
Go on.
Do it.
go ahead, Kay.
No, I said do it. I'm sorry that my shit fell out of my ass at that moment entirely. But it was like
Those of you-
drop, plunk, kerplunk, and then I was like,
Kerplunk.
do it.
For those of you on the East Coast, playing Homunculus Rex, sans Ryan, sadly, is playing at a festival called the Fantastic Four at Deerfields on the 28th, Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. Live video by G. Craig Hobbs.
Yep.
All original music, all original visual content, a lot of iceberg drone flights apparently are coming
Oh, really? Nice.
to the video. Yeah.
Okay.
Should be a fun time. These parties are great.
So
When
if you
is
want
it?
more information, reach out. And if you're going to be in North Carolina at the end of this month, yeah, Josh and I are
27th through the 30th through Labor.
Yeah.
No more
If you want to
Labor Day?
basically, if you want to, you go to a place where everyone's getting naked and doing drugs. Reach out to us. We'll hook you up.
Everyone's being naked, doing drugs, and Josh.
And, yeah, and then
you
there's
know
Josh.
she passed.
So you were performing as Homunculus Rex?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a mix of Homunculus Rex and Orlox, but yeah. Ryan will be there virtually.
What are you doing, brother Dan? It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
None of this. None of this.
Virtually.
It's all good. It's all
All right,
good.
cool.
I can't.
Hey, it's our band.
Yep.
So
Yep.
All right.
Our music. So it's gonna be great.
There you go.
Anybody? Todd,
Sounds
you got any
fun.
announcements?
Yeah.
And
I
pause.
finished the chapters.
Yes.
Motherfucking.
Yes.
And I have a
Well,
really
if-
bad connection, of course.
That's all
I've
right.
missed like so many things. like,
No, you have.
hopefully it'll get better.
Okay. I hope you get better.
Okay, anything you wanted to talk about your week?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Well, let me, if I can.
I'm good. I'm stoked to get into these chapters.
2 words.
I want to just like dive the fucking.
Well, you're gonna have to wait because I am saying my thing. Kev, a friend of the show and a friend of mine from Australia, was at my house for the last 4 nights. I drove him to a train station in Canada this morning, and I'm going through Kev withdrawals, guys. So bear with me.
Smooches for us.
Oh,
Look
man.
at, I'm kind
I
of
hope
shaking.
give him all the smooches all over his little
Oh
face.
no, you got the DTs.
Yeah, I got kind of the Kev withdrawals.
Delirium tremens from the Kevs.
So hang in there with me.
Delirium Kev
safe travels, my
Delirium Trevens, yeah.
Drift Kens.
So we have so let's jump into it. You guys are eager.
So I wish that I could say it was fun to have to reread these 3 fucking chapters instead of
fuck
reading
off,
the next 3
Joshua.
fucking chapters,
Wow.
but it wasn't.
Okay. The last chapter was definitely they traveled for 11 days. Not much happened. The end.
Look, that was like the eye of the world.
Well, yeah, then it ends when you get to the good
Fucking
part.
Well,
gotta figure this
Hey,
shit out.
cliffhanger, baby.
Tune in next week. Chapter 46 is called Veils. It starts off with Egyanin, our favorite Shanshin lady. Remember her? Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, we remember.
She's like a Sanchin captain.
Do we though?
She is in Tanchico. She is following around Florin Gelb. Florin Gelb is the man who she's kind of hired to find certain women, and he's just going around kidnapping anyone. He's just a He's just a derelict renegade who's kidnapping everyone. And so she's kind of just checking to see what's up. What? Beth Weston! Okay, lovely. Humans, Beth is calling me. Well,
You
do not.
crazy bitch.
Send Beth to voicemail. Beth? All right, I love you, Beth. All right. So Florent Gelb is yes. He's on a kidnapping spree, and she's watching him. She's kind of being serendipitous, or serendipitous. Wrong word. She's being sly, I guess. It's like hiding out. We do have a quick drinking obligation, our first of the chapter, for this phrase: hide flaying tongue lashing. Whenever we get two hyphenated back to back, I think I think we say, all right.
That deserves a straight up shot, not a drink.
So, hide flaying tongue lashing. Woohoo! Ryan, remember that time never mind.
Yeah, you told me about.
I told you about that
thing,
time I got my hide flayed by a tongue lash.
Yeah, and you were like bent over in like some sort of contraption you couldn't get out of.
I couldn't walk for like 2 days. Yeah, I kept getting cramps.
Transformative.
Again, is like, oh look, there is Gelb. He's looking at some golden-haired honey hair girl or golden hair girl, red hair girl, and someone with a braid, and boom, we go right to Elaine's, and it's them. Gelb's gonna capture
I wonder who they were looking at. Yeah.
Right. So they almost get kidnapped. There's an attack. Gelb is like, don't let her get away. She's gold. I tell you, gold. He says it twice. She's gold, I tell you.
Wait, who says that? Like, what character says that, Dan?
I think that's Gelb, right?
No, like in our lives, like what, like child, like what cartoon, like who is saying gold? There's gold in them dar hills.
Gold in them there hills. Probably some Looney Tunes or some
Okay.
Warner Brothers. Maybe.
Yes, it sounds like Yosemite Sam.
That's what I was going to say.
Some sort
There's
of mustache
gold in
like
our
curls up.
hills.
Okay.
Right?
What
Doesn't that
tarnation?
sound like Yosemite Sam?
Speaking of Termination, that's a great documentary. All right,
So there's an attack. They're carrying around these barrel staves and just whacking people in the face. Oh, you're coming at me?
Which is just an upgrade to Nynaeve's like switch she used to walk around with in Emmons Field.
It just shows that any tool is a weapon if you hold it correctly, Ryan.
No, it just shows that Nynaeve never changes.
I guess there's that too.
Well, she's a badass like that. She's like true to herself, and she just knows who she is.
Great, and that's a great point. But also, Jesus Christ, like, how many people got it in the face that didn't deserve it? Like, hey, ow, fuck us, come on, ow, shit.
Well, plenty.
Plenty, all right. Just the collateral damage.
I don't think she was slapping Two Rivers folk in the face, though. I think she was bopping them.
With the switch?
or on their legs. Yeah, I don't think they were. She was striking them across the face with a switch.
No. Yeah, once you start getting in the face, like you call CPS. Right.
Yeah, that would leave a scar. That could take an eye out. Do not hit people in the face with a switch, guys.
This is true.
All right, yeah. Don't Adrian Peterson your children.
Go fetch me a switch. Go get me a big thick branch I can hit you with.
All right, we're losing viewers, Dan. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Carry on.
Elaine channels during the attack. A fist of air.
Fist of air.
Yeah, that's a drinking obligation.
Jesus. All right, here you go.
Hey!
So the Fist of Air pushes a dude, and then Egianan is there helping too. They're like, "Oh, you're awesome, thanks. Let's go have some tea." My name is Nynaeve. I'm here, and this is Elaine Tracan. We're just gonna be right up front with everything. I'm Nynaeve and Elaine. And she says, they call me, I am called Egianan. I figured out that they are Aes Sedai. They go back to the Three Plum Court. They go hang out in another drinking obligation. You know what? This is what I call my wife's vagina, is the Chamber of Falling Blossoms. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it has no windows.
The G-Moms.
Wow, yeah, G Mama.
No, my other wife.
Everyone
The other
oh,
one. The other
everyone
one.
put that in
Oh,
your
yeah.
mental.
To the other one.
Not great. No.
Vagina.
I call her.
Everyone
vagina.
wonders what's below these squares, guys. And if you want to know what's below these squares, come to Discord and see us live. You can see what's below the squares.
What?
Are we
This is why you're
naked?
pushing that so much, Ryan.
Late night below the squares.
They meet Julian Lynn.
Yeah, unfortunately, fortunate name there.
Julian, these your eyes.
What is this? What are you doing?
That was a Beatles song.
Oh, I know that
Julian?
song. Don't
Those-
do that,
those-
brother.
Julia.
Man. I know that song.
Julia,
Don't go
okay.
there. Don't go
Sup,
there.
nerds?
Dance.
Eric
Sup, nerd?
Vargas. It's good to see you, buddy.
There's not a whole lot that goes on right here.
Nope.
Except for that Egianan is meeting Aes Sedai for the first time, and her mind is kind of blown a little bit. She's like, "You bitches ain't what I thought. I thought you bitches were crazy. You guys seem kind of cool. I want to hang with you for some reason." I don't know. Tom shows up. Tom's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
go ahead." Todd?
Oh yeah, there's a little reveal here with Egianan. Yeah, she kind of like realizes that you can learn to channel the power, I guess. Isn't there
Yeah.
like something she's like taken aback by it? She's like, what?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Kay,
Thought
you were
that was
asking me about that earlier also, like this whole
What?
Yeah, hey, focus. We're put on a show, Kay.
I'm aware.
The learning to channel. The learning to channel. Todd's asking.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. Okay, so Todd, you're asking about. I was wondering about that too. Yeah, like the Igani,
Uh-huh.
way too many E's in her name,
Process.
lady. That
Uh-huh.
bitch has a lot of excitement about like, oh my gosh, we can learn to channel. She like almost drops her teacup, right? So it was.
Oh, did you interpret her as being excited by it? So here's how it reads. It says,
interpret it as her being
Yeah.
excited.
here's how it reads. It says, "You seem very interested in Aes Sedai," Elaine said. "I cannot sense the ability in you, but perhaps you can learn to channel." Egianan almost dropped her porcelain cup. "It can be learned?" I do not want to learn.
Well, I know she doesn't want to learn, but she's also like flabbergasted by the point that it can be learned. It can be a learned thing. It can be something that is acquired and not something you're born with. So that's a weird concept to me, and I was immediately like, Ryan, can
But isn't
this be learned? Oh my god!
And I ducked and I ran and I hid.
Doesn't make any sense
He
to
said,
me.
"Raffo!"
isn't that
Yeah,
kind
and he
of
was like, I don't fucking know. I haven't read the chapters yet.
I mean, isn't it kind of a misnomer that it can be learned? I mean, it can be learned if you have the start of the skill.
Wait, but yes, that's actually precisely what he said to me before he was like, I haven't read the chapter. So, Josh, to that point, like, how do you fucking explain that, though? Like, what is that? How do you
what they meant, what Elaine means is you can be taught, which is different from being able to do it without having the skill.
Okay, but you can be taught to channel without having the skill.
No, you need to have the skill. You need to have the spark
the skill embedded in you, and then you can be taught with that little sparky thing.
Yes.
You're speaking of.
But you can't be
What
taught
Ryan
without
also
the spark.
said, but it did not read that way to me.
Well, that's because Eganon doesn't take it that way, but that is what's meant.
Yes, so Eganon is, not taking it the way that apparently it is.
That's
So
good
do you
point,
think? Do you think then that Josh? So to your point, then you need the spark, as you called it. So not every woman can learn to channel.
Right.
Okay. Did you interpret that every woman could just kind of be taught to channel?
well,
Like,
yeah.
I did feel that way. Yeah, I did
All right,
feel
everyone,
like every woman could learn to channel if they were, because it felt like that revelation was something new, was something that was like, oh, okay, well then, like, we can all learn to channel if we just are taught how to learn to channel. Like, it doesn't matter if we have something special within us.
So that's actually no.
Just feels
Yeah,
like
you're
These
right.
are great.
that way.
So I want to ask
agree with-
everyone here and then even chat, like, can anyone be a learner? Can anyone be a learner? I guess there's sparkers have to be sparked, right? Like, can anyone be a learner? If I were to take a course in meditation and go to Hawaii and meet Ram Dass and eat peyote, can I be a learner? Can anyone be a learner? Tell me about this.
that was
All
my
right.
Duncan
Oh, I'm
Trussell,
sorry,
by the
Joe.
way.
I should use my Batman voice.
That was my Ryan. You didn't even comment on my Duncan Trussell.
Hey, Ron does, man. He's just
I thought you were. I thought you were doing
No, that was Duncan Trussell.
I thought you were doing Aerosmith.
So yeah, that is a good
All right,
point.
no. So here we go. So Joe's saying no, not everyone can learn. Spark is a natural ability,
No, speak.
and there are people who can't learn. Erica's saying. Village Mattress, the official sponsor of this show, is saying not anyone can be a learner. That's canon. Anything Village says is canon.
Well, and it does say that she says perhaps, but perhaps you can learn to channel. So, I mean, it's not saying that it's a guarantee by any
I mean,
stretch.
why would women be turned away from the White Tower if everyone can learn?
Well,
I
these
mean, I
are
get that there might be different proclivities for it, but maybe you don't need a spark to be able to learn. But not everyone can channel, I would assume.
Yeah, we should wrap with some of this stuff. Too.
Wait, what was that one?
I
Thank
know.
you.
Well, no, there's no Lumen.
We should
No,
wrap
you still have to be born with the potential to learn. The difference is you're born.
You still have to be born with potential to be a learner. Exactly. Okay. Yes.
Spark.
This is my interpretation as well.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Thank you, Lumen.
I love Lumen, so I'm not
But-
about
but-
to disagree with
But
Lumen.
what you I do too. But what you just asked, Josh, is a total raffo for sure, and that's a great
Yeah.
question.
But Egianan herself comes from a culture where they go to towns and they capture the women who have the spark per se by putting that collar on them.
Well, what we don't know is how some become Suladam and some become
Yeah,
those who are guided. I mean, it's like that's what Gannon is trying to determine, right? Is like, what is the cultural methodology by which one becomes one or the other?
Yes.
Correct. And she had actually collared a soulbound.
Right.
And was like, why is this thing working on you? This is fucking weird.
Because they have the channel too to control the Adam.
And so her learning about and even wanting to hang out with Aes Sedai is very not in the cultural norm for Shanshan. These are witches that need to be imprisoned immediately. And she's like, straight up says, you guys are not what I was expecting. This is kind of, this encourages travel even in our current day. You're like, oh, Mexican, they're just bringing their rapists and you go to Mexico and you're like, there's no rapists and murderers. Well, I mean, maybe there are some, but I mean, just percentage wise, I don't know what I'm saying, but.
Well, I mean, like, I do want to acknowledge Secret Scroll. Maybe you can stick your wet tongue to it, and then he follows that up with, what if you wet your ear, jump up, and touch someone else on a carpet full of static? Can you get the spark?
All right, real quick. I one time rubbed my feet on carpet and got all staticky electric, and I put my finger up to a doorknob, but I had it hovered just right, like right by the doorknob, and there was a tiny bit of like lightning.
No, yeah.
You remember, Ryan? You were there, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, it was the biggest lightning I've ever seen.
Well, no, I mean, there was.
I'm kidding. No. It was like those. Remember those globes you touch that would like follow you?
Right.
Yeah, you had like that going on. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I'm with you. Yeah, Jude, you're right. These boring chapters have such good.
Thank you, Jude. It's good to see you, my friend. Tom comes in and he's like, yo, guess what? Children of the Light have surrounded the Panarch's palace. They are investing the Lady Amathera as the Panarch. And they're like, ain't nobody got time for this. And Tom's like, no, this is important. Come on. What? All right. I need a description of how you start a fire with an Einstein globe like that.
Well, I mean, like, emergency rooms are full of people sticking objects in their bodies and then having them removed by professionals. So
yeah, they are.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So I mean, just put two and two together, bro.
So Tom says, quote, things
Thank
this
you, Matt.
odd are worth noting, Nynaeve. And he's right. There is shit going down. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. But they're like, no, this is going to cause riots. He mentions Baal Doman. Again, it's like, well, Baal Doman. I know that guy, and I'm trying to hide from him. Tom says, quote, I would regret personally if anything happened to you. And they have 50 men that they got from Baal Doman who are going to be their bodyguards from now on.
Bail,
which is cool.
Brother Dan,
Talk
we're
to me.
getting a Bella request.
Well, no, okay, yeah, do it. Bella does show up later, but go ahead, do it.
I know, but these people are they're insistent. All right,
Hey,
like,
Bella,
Do we need
play the
this-
Bella.
This is for Jude Beacon, our newest.
Okay, well, for
new
Jude, we'll
friend.
do anything, Ryan.
Let's do this.
Do it.
I'm
Good.
gonna give you the Meadow Bella.
Ryan, I really like the dark motif that you did with the song.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, you saw them on stage. They're rocking out.
It's
MaTsDaGgerX.
Yes, thank you, Matt.
I really want. I want a version of Bella with the Muppaphone.
Electro.
No, the Muppaphone and like Nynaeve hitting them with her switch to do the melody. You know Martin
Okay.
Slugs in the Muppaphone?
Just slap it hard.
But it's Nynaeve using her switch. Because I couldn't help but get that image out of my head when you guys were talking earlier about the switch. It was like,
That's amazing.
it's the Muppaphone.
We do have a drinking obligation,
We'll work
y'all.
on that shit.
We will. We take requests, especially for Patreon members. We'll do anything for you, bitches.
We'll do anything for you,
Pretty much.
beautiful people. What'd you call them, Ryan?
You bitches. The Patreon. Our Patreon supporters are all bitches. There are bitches.
All right, guys.
Love
The
'em.
views expressed by Ryan does not necessarily
Happily,
reflect the way to
happily.
leave
No, man.
or the
hey,
affiliation.
hey, bitch is like a.
It's a loving, endearing term.
Golly.
They're all
Loving and
my
endearing
bitches.
term.
I love you, cunts.
Oh yeah. Todd's my bitch too.
All right. Ryan, everyone did it. I'm getting that. I'm
We're
getting
like,
the thing.
it's a mutual bitchdom.
Yeah. It's not a power thing. Yeah, you my bitch. Josh my bitch.
It's a
Everyone here's
mutual
my bitch.
bitchdom.
Everyone
I'm
in
trying
chat's
to
my
figure out how
bitch.
to shrug with the puppet. Go, well,
Well, Brother Dan, you've shrugged so many times. I'm just like, barreling through it.
well,
Shrug away, bro.
well, what do you do? So they have 50 men with them. There's a little discussion about whether they were coming for Nynaeve or for Elaine. Elaine is convinced that it's because she's the daughter heir. Nynaeve thinks it's because of her. What do you guys think? Who were they? Who was the one who was gold? I tell you, gold.
I think Gannon tells us, doesn't she?
Yeah,
All right.
it's a-
I'm sorry. I'll never call you a bitch again.
Yeah,
she
no,
bring it
yeah,
up?
you're not.
Yeah,
my
I
bitch.
don't take kindly to it either, Ryan.
So what? Yeah, I mean, you don't.
Ryan
I'm sorry.
pushes limits and then like plants a flag in weird areas.
I don't take kindly to you not taking kindly to my.
So Gannon says that Nynaeve
Oh, no.
looks like one of the, like a short version of one of the state Suladam.
Of one of the what? Say again?
The Suladam.
Yep.
She says,
Okay.
she's missing the one with red gold hair. She studied the other. Her dark braids were unusually long, nearly to her waist. At this distance, the woman looked very much like a Suladam named Serene.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
Serene, though. This woman would have come no higher than Serene's chin.
Okay. But Elaine, thank you very much, Josh. Good reading. Because I put a question mark there to ask you guys. But we do have where Elaine is pretty sure. She's like, well, I'm a princess, dummy.
Yeah.
Of course they want me. And she's like, it doesn't even matter. Hey, Sarah.
She
So
comes-
which one was Serene?
She comes in.
Do you remember,
chewing.
Josh?
I don't remember.
Was
The show's not that
one of
long.
the,
I'm hungry.
Hey,
the ones with
3 hour-
Egwene when she was.
We have a 10-minute break. All right, so we do have a drinking obligation.
No,
I don't remember,
Todd,
Todd, if
Todd
she
say
was one of
something.
the ones with Egwene in the house or not.
Yeah, do you guys remember
Wait, what?
Egwene's in the
the
house.
Soldom? That's like.
Serene.
Well, I was trying to remember like which Soldam Serene was. Is that the one like with Egwene? Is Egwene somehow attached to that? When she was like, in a situation? I can't remember.
Shit, that's a great question. me look her up real fast.
All right, well,
Jackie
hey,
Paul?
hey, Lumen, just put the stream on mute and then go to sleep. No need to stop the stream.
Lumen,
Come on,
we're
Lumen.
here for you.
Just mute it.
We
Mute
can
it.
put you to sleep. You just turn the volume down a little bit, and it's like
Or
sleep.
go really
with us.
soft, and we'll just be like a
We'll
soft
just be like
voice
a
in the background
monotone
putting you to
thing.
sleep.
We'll put you to sleep. It'll be your sleep story. Sleep story with Leaf.
Night, night.
Right? Yes.
We are at ASMR.
Story with Leaf.
Lumen,
And I'm on the
you
table.
are
Talk
picturing
about,
a
we'll
what
talk
the
about the
fuck.
wheel all the time.
And what the fuck.
Everyone,
We'll just be super jamming.
Jordan.
you'll never go to sleep
We'll
again.
just
Keep
talk
going.
over each other.
We're just gonna keep
Out there.
talking.
We'll just be
This
this
is like
thing.
ASMR for
Okay, thank you. No,
Yeah,
I was
for
just
so
looking
good.
that up.
Oh, no, gonna.
So we haven't heard of Serene yet.
Hey, that's not cool. Fuck off.
Oh, so we haven't. Okay.
Oh.
No, I
It's
understand.
not a
I
good
understand.
podcast if you can't fall asleep to it.
Yes, I
I understand.
agree.
I understand.
I
We're like
agree.
friends. You know, like I've fallen asleep at parties standing up.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
Dove.
cheers.
You drank too
Yeah.
much.
Gnomon Garden, thank you.
Guys,
When we're in the chamber of the fallen blossoms.
I'm a drinkoleptic. If I drink, I fall asleep.
so let's talk about the person who comes
Okay,
in.
so we talked last show. We talked about this idea of whether or not there was a Forsaken in this town, and I think we've learned now that there is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a Forsaken in this town. There's definitely.
Guessing it's the other,
This bitch is all like weird. Mm-hmm.
which is Mogadine, right?
Oh, is this
Why
the
is that?
one that comes in the black dress?
Yeah. Well, I think there's only 2 women, right?
Wait, how do you know it's that person?
Mogideon and
He's-
Ishamik and Lanfear
What's
are the 2 women. Or no, it was Masana as well. So maybe there's 3 women. I guess it could be Masana or Mogideon. I think those are the other 2 women.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I will
No.
say read and find out, but this is
Okay.
this is very astute of you.
This is
Um,
so astute of you. Two
She
astute.
clearly like comes in and
So
uses
Todd, no, shh, Josh, could just for a second. Todd,
This guy knows.
Should I
This
sit
guy
down?
has witnessed Ryan standing up.
what are you?
And sleeping.
What are you thinking about all this?
Good morning, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Morning.
Andrew the
There's
Bard.
so much going on.
Top of the
I'm-
morning, lad.
Yeah,
There's
is
so
it
much
top
going
of the
on. I'm
morning?
talking to Todd right now. I'm not talking to anybody else.
Or is it bottom of the morning?
All right, go for it.
So he gets it.
Well,
what
I
is
don't know,
happening?
She has like
here?
a
What do you
shimmery
think?
black dress. She has like a shimmery black dress, and she like lays down some stuff about like other Forsaken king. He like thinks he's Balsam or thinks he's the Lord of Dark. She was like laying down a lot of stuff right here.
She does.
She does, yeah. But I think she might be like one of the Forsaken women. I don't know.
I totally agree. I think she's totally one of the Forsaken women, but I'm not sure how Joshua, why or how you would think that person is some sort of like specific person. And I was like reaching,
Yeah, Kate.
and I have a land fear thing written on my shit.
Okay.
But, you know,
Well, she is described as the most regal woman Elaine has ever seen. She had dark hair spilling loose to her shoulders. It framed a sturdily handsome face with
Sturdily
large dark
handsome.
eyes and smooth cheeks.
a handsome face.
No,
This is-
sturdily handsome. Is Lanfear is the most beautiful woman we've ever
Yeah,
seen.
she's not sturdily handsome. Definitely not
He's
Lanfear.
not handsome, so I know that this is not Lanfear, but I
But can
definitely know
Lanfear
this
put
is
on
before
a
it's taken
disguise,
because
though?
this person came in and did some sort of fucking voodoo shit
Compulsion.
on these two girls. Yeah, and she was compelling, and she was compelling in a specific way, like where she just completely and totally took over and like erased
Yeah,
everything
they're like
she had
spilling the
that
beans.
they had remembered of what
Like a-
happened. Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, it was like a mind control
Todd.
thing.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, it was like
So,
Right?
are we all agreeing?
Can you hear
So we all agree.
Yeah,
it's
no, we can hear you. Go ahead,
Forsaken.
Ryan. Just go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Todd.
yeah, it was like some mind control, some trick.
Well, go further into that. Like,
Yeah.
was it
Can you hear me?
hypnotism, or was
Yeah,
it
it's
like?
like one of the mind control powers that they have.
Okay.
It's definitely that.
But I love how Elaine still has the diligence to answer so precisely to not give away the Terrio around her neck.
Right. So they do hold.
Josh.
Very
back-
close,
Josh,
she says.
It's between her breasts,
It is between her breasts, yeah.
Yes.
and that's what
Elaine
Robert
was
Jordan
conscious
says.
of the
And
twisted
That
I think
skin.
that's
has-
intriguing.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's
I
a
don't.
mo- it's
Between
a-
your breasts, yes. Drink.
it's a motorboat
To
medallion.
RJ. A motorboat to RJ.
Yeah.
So this woman calls.
That is badass, though.
I love you.
This woman says. She says that they are little more than girls and obviously not close to half trained. Strong, though, strong enough to be more than troublesome, especially you. She looks at Nynaeve. You might become something one day, but you blocked yourself, haven't you? We would have had that out of you, though you howled for it. And Nynaeve's like, I'm sorry I blocked myself. I'm afraid of it. All the power, the one power. How can I? And she's like, shut up, bitch. I didn't ask you. Nynaeve blocking herself? Can we talk just psychologically about what this might mean? Why this occurred?
She's so strong that she is able to do whatever she needs to do to serve whatever she needs to serve. Like, it just seems like it's very simple, plain, and to the point. I don't know. That's how it seems at this point for me. That Nynaeve just really is able to do precisely what she needs to at the point that she needs to. And maybe that's totally wrong, but I'm okay with that.
Well, we do know that Nynaeve has to be angry to channel as of this point. Yeah.
But that doesn't seem like that's necessarily true.
But what we're suggesting here is this is a self-imposed block. This is a
She's trying to
psychological.
protect herself from the one power.
Right. So, I mean, do you guys have any thoughts on that at all?
So she was like bullshitting the whole time, really.
Nynaeve was?
Yeah, I think it's fascinating.
Oh,
no, she
well,
was,
go
like,
on. How was she
saying
bullshitting?
Well, no, I mean, she was just kind of like saying the only way I could use the one power is when I'm angry, but really it was just she was blocking herself. So I don't know. That's very fascinating.
Why are you so shy about this, Chadori? You're so fucking spot on. I feel like that's so spot on. Say
Yep.
it with gumption and triumph.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're so
Say it
smart.
with
I'm like,
This
Say it
is
with gumption and triumph.
great.
Everything you
My
say on
voice
the show
doesn't
should
allow
be
me to
with
speak with
and
gumption.
triumph.
I love what you're saying, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love that. I love what you just said to him.
I love what you just said to her about me.
Todd for the win. We're not playing to win. We're
TFT.
playing to
There's
fucking
too much love in
win.
this room right now. God, people are gonna vomit.
Guys, there is another drinking obligation.
No! Okay,
I'm
ready.
just going to read this line.
I'm happy to drink.
Jordan.
They did, and she fingered quickly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was
Yep,
fingered
yep,
quickly.
yep.
Yeah, she was, baby.
Threw
One
coins
more.
and stuff, but you know what? I'm ignoring the end of that sentence.
Cheers.
They learned that. Let me just read this here real fast and see what you guys have to say. Randall Thor, so that's his name now. An arrogant man who stank of piety and goodness. Is he still the same? No, don't bother to answer that. An idle question. So Balal is dead. The other sounds like Ishmael to me. All his pride at being only half caught, whatever that price. There was less human left in him than any of us when I saw him again. I think he half believed he was the great Lord of the Dark. All his 3,000 years of machinations, and it comes to an untaught boy hunting him down. My way is best. Softly, softly in the shadows, something to control a man who can channel. Yes, it would have to be that.
Slam bang.
So, Josh, you are assuming this is obviously an Forsaken. This is a and one that we may not have seen before.
Yeah, I don't think it's one that we've met yet.
This is a
Oh
brand
no,
new.
Josh has a very
fresh-
specific idea about who this is.
Well, I'm not sure. Like I said, I think there's 2 or 3 women Forsaken because we've talked about this before. We know Lanfear, we know Mogideon, and we know, and I'm not sure about Masana.
Mogideon,
Sounds like a female name.
What?
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
What did you just do?
Huh? I said, Mogideon and then Lanfear. So
And
I
the-
have Lanfear.
Sana?
I wrote down Lanfear as soon as this thing came up. And I did not remember about Mogideon.
I think Lanfear is off.
Or
Yeah, this
MO.
is a new one. This is
Wait,
like
no,
a-
it's not new. We got it from The Great Hunt, I think. Hold on.
Well, it is in the glossary here, so let me just read the names of the Forsaken as they're listed. We have Agonor, Asmodean, Balthamol, Balal, Damadrid, Rendal, Ishmael, Lanfear, Masana, Mogideon, Ravine, Samael, and Semirog.
Mogideon is the one I think Josh was talking about, right?
Yeah, that's.
Me?
I'm just not sure if it's Masana or Mogideon, and if Masana is even a woman.
How do you spell these 2 names?
Just look in the dictionary under Forsaken.
Oh, great. Google it. Thank you.
I mean, it's on
In
the
the back of the book. In the back
Yeah,
of the book.
there-
Wow. Look
Google
it up, bitches. Thanks,
Google it.
bitches.
That's a good pause right there, Todd.
This is the
That
dork
was really
section.
funny.
Wow.
It's MOGHED. Go fuck yourself.
What?
Try to spell Mogideon. Spell Mogideon right now.
Oh, fuck.
MOGHEDIEN.
Brother Dan,
Yep.
you are correct. Ding, ding,
Thank you.
ding, ding,
Thank you.
ding,
Hey,
ding,
hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, spelling matters, guys. I don't. There's no autocorrect for me. And this woman says, "All right, you're gonna pick your shit up from the table, and when you do, you are not going to remember this at all." And they don't. They're like, "What were we talking about?" Oh, yeah.
It was also interesting that they totally just spilled the beans. They were just like, did we say that already? They were just like vomiting information. And they were they were competing with each other to vomit the information. That was so funny.
Right.
It
They
was
all
like
wanted.
not
Yeah.
that they were like, they're giving the information at will because this person was, I don't know, coercing them and like compelling them to do so. But like it was like a very specific, like, I'm gonna beat you to that answer, bitch. And it was like Elaine and Nynaeve were just like, fuck you, I'm gonna get there first. I'm gonna get there first. And it was like this race to the answer.
It was who could be the bigger teacher's pet.
Weird.
Right, yeah. So KayK was like, "What's going on? What's going on here? There must be a Forsaken. They're, like this is uncharacteristic of both of them, right?"
Yeah,
it doesn't feel right. Like,
the Forsaken totally had him in control.
All right, I just want real quick, guys. Sorry, guys. Dan Lou, oatmeal cream stout sounds
oatmeal
nasty.
cream stouts are good. Pour it into a glass. Make sure it's really cold. And if you don't like it still, it's only.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. Blah.
There is
gross.
no data. There is only Zool.
So, and then it jumps back to it again, and she's like, "Holy cow! I just talked to Aes Sedai, and they weren't properly leashed. Woo! That's weird." She's like, "Quote: She had to learn more than ever. She had to." It ends with a weird little thing. Let me ask you this. So. It says she did not see the pale-haired man in filthy Tanchico garb huddled against the front of a white plaster wine shop. His eyes blew above the dingy veil and a thick mustache.
I like that part.
Brother Dan, your mouth's not really moving very much.
That's right. Hey, Ryan, come on. One of the blood, whatever.
Keep it going, bro.
So...
I love you guys.
You're like a ventriloquist without a human.
This pale-haired man in filthy garb with a mustache.
Isn't it the dude with the tattoos?
Ooh.
The one who visited her earlier?
Yeah, the one who visited.
It's annoying how often you're right. You know, it's kind of annoying how intuitive you are, Joshua.
It says Egeanin had nearly spotted him when he had forgotten himself enough to break that fool's arm.
Mwah.
One of the blood, as such things were reckoned in these lands.
It's one of the blood.
Reduced to begging and without enough honor to open.
What was the thing about the blood? One of the blood.
The blood. When they use that phrase, I think it's referring to.
The royal family, right?
Yeah. So was this a Shanshan?
I assumed it was the Shanshan agent, but I also was kind of unsure about it.
Say again?
I was assuming it was the Shanshan agent, but he didn't have pale hair, did he?
No, this guy has the thick mustache that he glued on his face.
The blue eyes and the
pale-haired man in filthy tan garb.
Damn, we're doing great. We don't need those.
What it says here, quote.
Why are we appealing to like the MAGA crowd?
A thick mustache held in place with glue.
Stash Dan. Danny Stash.
Yeah, brother Stash.
Stash.
I'm just a gentleman with a thick mustache.
Yeah. Please, see.
All you on the street.
What?
Let's go to break soon, please.
What are you talking about?
Better.
I heard.
I was like, I cannot deal with Michael Jordan for that long.
Oh no! Okay. Hang on. Okay, so I went back to Hidden Faces.
Tell me, Josh.
Gannon knew she was not alone as soon as she stepped into her small house by the kitchen door. So she dropped her mask and the white jute bag carelessly on the table and walked over to where a bucket of water stood beside the brick fireplace. As she bent to take the copper ladle, her hand darted into the low hollow, blah, blah, blah. If the man leaning casually in the corner saw the crossbow, he gave an outward sign. He was pale-haired and blue-eyed in his middle years. So it is the seeker with the raven tattoos.
Is it?
Oh, sick. Nice. Okay.
The Seeker.
All right, so the Seeker sees a Yannon leave the Three Plum Court then, right? Is this what
He's
is
tracking
Seeker
her.
for a Yannon?
Fucking A.
Yeah.
He's trying. Okay.
No bueno.
But the Seeker's Ascension.
The seeker is the Sanshin with the raven tattoos who like is in her house when she goes back the last time we saw her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So many details. So many details. Too many beers.
Too many.
And apparently he's pretty clandestine that he holds like wears fake mustaches hold with glue and stuff. That's pretty fun.
That's great. Yeah.
Very either Pink Panther or James Bond.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Ryan, I'm going to break precedent right here real fast. Chapter 47 is the one worth talking about, and we'll do that after the break. But we have chapter 48, which does not have much. So I want to see, is there anything else that we want to talk about chapter 46 before we leapfrog chapter 47 and just kind of discuss whatever from chapter 48? Is that cool with you, Ryan?
Wait. You wanna do 48 right now and then take a break and then do 47?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we have two more chapters, and 47 is the Swan chapter.
No, I understand. So 48 is relevant to. Okay, yeah, sure.
48 ain't shit. No, 48 is nothing. They're traveling for 12 days. So, is there anything else in chapter 46 that you guys wanted to talk on?
Ooh.
Talk on.
Talk on.
Ooh. Hold on.
All right. Well, let's move to 48. I guess. Look.
No, hold on.
Oh, we're back to 46. 48. 46.
Ryan, this isn't hard.
You know what?
So
No,
unprecedented.
that's a
I
good
have
plan.
so
actually,
many
because
things
48,
highlighted,
man.
and I don't care at this point. Let's just go on and.
Well, that's not the way, okay? You should.
Yeah, why? Why do you not?
What you highlighted? You want to talk on? So I'm down. I'm down to
Should
stay
we-
on 46 for sure.
All I want to do is zoom, and your boom, boom.
No, I like the whole hunting for Black
okay.
Sisters. I'm just excited about that. All I want to say is that I have a bunch of stuff highlighted about the things of like the thick air being woven and all sorts of very enticing chambers of falling blossom shit happening. So it was very exciting. I liked this chapter a lot, and I really thought that just the
Very cool.
fact that like Black Sister shit was brought up in general was really enticing.
Cool.
I'm good
And
to move on.
also with Julian Sandar too, he tracked one of them down to the Black Sister headquarters, right?
Yeah.
To the Black Asha headquarters.
Right, and it seemed like
Found
they
their
all.
house.
Ready or something.
He like went into their house.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
and
like,
they
"You-"
split. And he's like, "Yeah, I know when a house is abandoned. I've been around."
Like, I gotta admit, like, I get so upset with Nynaeve. Like, this guy comes in with insanely valuable info, and she's gotta chastise him. She's like, "You went into the house. Blah, 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 blah. What about traps? Blah blah blah." I'm like, "God damn it, Nynaeve."
Come on,
Shut the
man.
hell up, right? Like,
Come on,
he did it. Great, thank you. Just say thank you. Just say thank you,
Let the
Nynaeve.
man be a detective.
Just say thank you.
Say thank you, Gilbert. You ever see What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Say thank you, Gilbert.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Thank you. Also, can I say one more thing?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. If anybody's ever read a Christopher Moore book, you know what I'm talking about. The phrase queso is great. Anyways, read
Queso.
Christopher Moore as well. But this is great. So, Randall Thor. So that is his name now. Her face crumpled. Did we read this?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I love all
This is a
that.
great.
That's
This is
so
yeah.
much.
Did we read that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is like huge reveals right here. Like,
Right?
I agree.
Everything
Kay.
about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love this part.
So much fun. Loved it.
Especially
Have it
the part-
highlighted. Let's move on. If we
Especially
already
the
read
part
it.
about Ishmael. The part about Ishmael, I really like.
Well, yeah.
See?
So give us a little Forsaken talk. Oh, so she says
Forsaken Talk.
She mentions that he was like-
Let's talk about it, Chad.
half
Yeah,
sealed.
Ishmael. She's talking mad shit about Ishmael. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, he thinks he's half like the
Oh,
Dark
and
Lord.
that's
And, like,
the guy. Yeah.
and he's less human now or something. He's like lost his there was less human left in him than any of us when I saw him. So than any of us. She's talking about like all of the Forsaken, I guess. So he's like
So we've heard this name before, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't this name
no- oh, totally,
tied
yeah.
to being synonymous with the Dark One?
Yeah.
Wasn't that who Baalzamon was?
Yes.
That Rand killed?
That's what I thought, yeah.
That's what we all thought. I think we all thought that. Yeah, I think we all were like, oh, yeah, that's like the Dark One. And so, like, that's got to be like the Dark One. I think we thought, like, we're synonymous with, like, Ishmael, Bilal.
But she only says Bilal is dead. though.
Balls
But yeah, she only says Bilal is dead. And then Ishmael she's like, oh, then that dead person must have been Ishmael. And then, yes, she's like, oh, now, okay, so you're now named Rand al'Thor.
Right, and she's coming to this kind of late, this information, because some of the other Forsaken that we've seen are already aware of this.
So why is this person just becoming aware of this? This feels like they've just like, I don't know.
Let me ask you.
Dude, you just like embody another person. You just like became
Keep going. Yeah.
awoke. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Keep going. Yeah.
Being
Like,
weird.
they're just like prescient. Yeah, now, right? I like that idea.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's great.
So we did have that Dark Friend Social, as we call it, where the man who calls himself
Wow.
Fours was hanging out. Who
Oh, yeah.
conducted that meeting in your guys' eyes? Now I'll ask all
Wait,
three.
which one? What?
That Dark Friend Social, there was a guy the man who calls himself Boars, came in and they floated Rand,
Oh yeah.
Perrin, and Matt like images above them, and they're like, "This is the guys you need to get." Blah blah blah. Who conducted that meeting? Let me ask you first.
Shamael as Baalzamon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was pretending to be.
Yeah, I mean, and that's who Rand fought at the end of the last book and killed in the Stone of Terror, walking on the thin line and all that shit.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Right on.
I think.
Beautiful. No, I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the Rand chapter, and we're going to breeze through this if we can. There's not a whole lot that goes on.
48.
We're on chapter 48 now, an offer refused.
This is random. Okay, so guys, we're on chapter 48,
And then we're going to go back
then
to
we're gonna take a
47 for the
break,
second half.
and
Yeah.
then go 47.
Because 47 is the best chapter of the three of these. to be
All right,
honest.
well let's go fast. Let's go fast.
Well, we got 3 chapters, so I'm trying.
I'm all I'm down. Let's run. Boom.
So it is Rand traveling. There we go. They're on their way to Cold Rock's Hold, this is where the meeting is going to take place, where Rand can actually declare himself to the other tribes, saying, "Hey, look at these tattoos. Look at these, buddy. He who comes with the dawn." Spurt. What do we want to talk about with this chapter? He's hanging out with the peddler.
All right, well, so yeah, that's really interesting.
we got.
Gleeman, there's a really cool conversation between he and the Gleeman, right?
Yeah, Natal.
And Natel's like, yeah, should I write a song about you? Like, and he's like, kind of like,
oh yeah, he's like, keeps bugging him. He's like, come on, tell me, how do you feel? How do you feel about being the dragon reborn?
Yeah, yes. I mean,
for me, this chapter has a few like things. It's like, okay, what the fuck is up with Avienda hitting Rand? We still don't really understand.
Dude, sexual tension. That's what's up.
Tension, attraction.
Robert Jordan is the master of sexual tension. No.
Okay. Oh, whoa, okay.
So this is between Rand and Natal?
No, Rand and
Avienda.
Okay. I
love it though. It's so good. Like Avienda's always staring at him, and then Rand will catch her staring at him, and then Rand's like, "Oh, Avienda's kind of good looking." Like all these things and shit.
Yep. If she wasn't like so heavily armed.
Well, not only that, Ryan, quote, "Then one day with the sun molten overhead, a ball of fire as big as a horse suddenly burst into being ahead of the wise one party." And it turns out, end quote, and it turns out that is the doing of Avienda. All the wise ones are like, "Wee-hoo-hoo!"
It's like, and it leaves like a half a mile streak of blackness, right, on the ground.
Yes. So they're like
Half a
teaching
mile.
Avienda to channel. Of course, that was what they're doing.
Rand picked up on that shit.
It also says, quote, "He began laughing so hard that some of the Jinda looked at him uneasily." Which is fun.
So yeah, I mean, what's up with that? That's an interesting question. There's a lot of tension. And then the other thing for me that came up was, so Kiel says that Matt has rejected her twice.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Okay, so this got me back to my intuition about Kiel being in disguise. And who else has Matt rejected?
Mm.
Oh, good point. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. You were just talking about her.
Oh, Avienda? What?
No. Okay.
He's only been barely
She's a
rejected.
Forsaken. She's a Forsaken.
Oh, the Lamphere?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So my theory is Kiel is Lanfear.
Kiel, the large.
Yeah, so Lanfear we know can masquerade as other people. We see the channeling during the battle. It still hasn't been explained. She says, "You've rejected me twice now."
Ooh.
Oh, as like Serene.
But there's been no other
What was her
rejection.
first name?
Yeah.
What's her first name? Zareen or Serene? Zareen or Serene?
When did
What
Matt
was
reject her the first time?
What was the first
A
name?
couple of books ago, when she appears to him as Celine,
Okay.
Oh,
and
Yep.
Oh wait, but
he like
it's
channels on him, and then something
wait.
happens, and she gets distracted and like has to leave it partway done. And then he like starts distrusting Aes Sedai.
Okay, yep.
I forget, and like he's like calls her an Aes Sedai, but she doesn't like that. She kept saying over and over again, "I'm not an Aes Sedai. I'm not an Aes
Yep,
Sedai."
yep. This is all book
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
And Perrin, Rand, and Matt all have rejected her as Celine in her like coming on to them for the glory. but Matt kind of like got dragged along the furthest through it.
I hear you. Yep.
Well, let's go through this party then. So you think that Karri is Lanfear? There's 4 people.
Just a
here.
theory. I don't know.
No, I
for
understand.
sure.
I understand, but we have Kader,
I love it.
who is
Go on,
the main peddler.
No.
We have
Josh said another Forsaken name that was also a possibility.
Mogideon.
No.
No, Mogideon is, I think, who they
the
saw
last
in
show.
Tear or in Tanchico.
Okay.
But now we're in the
Well,
waste.
Pico.
You
No, we're in the
different-
waste.
Different chapter. That was chapter 46.
Oh, all right.
We're in
Sorry.
chapter 48.
Oh yeah, we
Shit,
jumped chapters.
man, we're jumping around. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're in
got
48
We
now.
got you, kid.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
No, I think you're.
So
onto
we
something,
have
Josh,
Keely.
actually.
We have Kadir, we have Ascendre, and we have Natal.
So I still think Ascendre is a dark friend. And I think the fat woman is Lampier potentially.
Okay, what about the other 2 then?
Lanfear is a shapeshifter.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
sure
good-
of that, right, Josh?
Yes, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
right?
So
like,
that's-
so I
that's
think,
why
like,
we-
I think,
that's-
like, all the Forsaken at this point have shown to shapeshift at some point. Like, it feels like
No, just Lampier.
no.
No, just Lampier.
Well, okay.
We have Forsaken that may be kind of play acting as certain people.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, no, I'm not Hitler. I'm actually John Smith.
Is
It-
Baron
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those people?
Gabriel.
Kiel also has the highly melodious voice, which like betrays her looks.
Baron. Wait, is Baron? Are you
Yes.
saying is Baron? a
I
Forsaken?
hate Baron.
Yes.
I do not like Baron.
No, that's
Baron's just weird, and Baron's constantly in
Wait.
sneaky places. I always say this. Anyways, yeah, talk. Over to
Wait,
you,
what
Todd.
Josh just said, that's really important. No, he
You're
said
pointing in
this.
the wrong direction.
Kiel's melodious voice.
Kiel's melodious voice doesn't match her face, he said.
Right.
That's what he keeps
Right?
saying.
There's all these
Also,
indications that she's not who she appears to be.
Yeah, but she's also like light of foot, but also super big.
Exactly, which makes me think it's all a facade, and that she's actually
Wow, I didn't even
something
think
different
about that.
underneath.
Wait, how can you tell what any fucking dark friend ever is? Because they're dark friends, and so they're like doing these weird ass things that are very probably mischievous in a lot of ways and not trustworthy in any way, shape, or form. I mean,
Yeah.
that just comes out naturally.
Uh-huh.
That's how I feel about this book, like, and any book that has dark friends of nature. Feels like that. You can't trust that, right? Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. So, like, dark friends are like a candy.
So is it Little Lanfear?
Is
Thank you, Marcel. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I think yes. I think the answer is yes.
Cool.
Like those suits that like blow up. It has like a little fan that keeps it.
Like when you do like sumo wrestling at a like a party.
Well, and our characters
What
are
kind of
like
parties
on
you go
a
to, brother
big
Dan?
mission
Well,
to like
well,
figure out where
Wait, but-
our shit is. Like, they're on a big mission to find out what is happening and why. Where are the dark friends? Where are the Black Aja? And they're like trying to figure this shit out. So, I mean, like, these characters are trying to do that. Am I not in the right chapters?
No, yeah, we're in the waist. Yeah, we're all backwards. Brother Dan.
All right, yeah, let's.
It's called appropriation. There's nothing wrong with it. It's totally postmodern.
It's totally,
It's totally postmodern.
So
Totes PM.
I went back and grabbed TDR.
Nice.
Last
Fucking
chapter.
goose.
You recognize Balsamon, Maureen said, or rather the man who calls himself Balsamon. The Dark One yet lives imprisoned in Shao Ghul, and the shadow yet lies across the pattern. Okay, blah, 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 blah. If he was not the Dark One, who was he? I can be sure for the simplest of reasons, Nynaeve. However fast Decay took it, that was a man's body. Can you believe that if the Dark One were killed, he would leave a human body? The man Rand killed was a man. Perhaps he was the first Forsaken freed, or perhaps he was never entirely bound. Just like we were just told about him being half captured.
Yeah, okay, yes.
I may know who he was.
Nice.
Egwin paused with uncertain frown. At least I may have a clue. Varen showed me a page from an old book, this thing that she's obsessed with, that mentioned Balsamon and Ishamael together. It was almost high chant and very nearly incomprehensible. But I remember something about a name hidden behind a name. Maybe Balsamon was Ishamael. Perhaps, Moiraine said, perhaps it was Ishamael. But if it was, at least 9 of the 13 still lived. Blah, blah, blah.
That's awesome, Josh.
Interesting details like looped back in from this book, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if we go back and think about our impression of Balsamon was calling himself the Dark One, right?
He laughs and says the great Lord of the Dark will never be defeated as he dies.
Okay,
That he is not. So I think he was appearing as it, maybe in a sort of self-deluded way, but also at the same time not claiming to be.
Okay, yeah.
I know that
he was like believing
counterintuitive.
he was. Do you think he was like in some sort of like what do you think? Why was he like claiming this thing? Was he like believing he was that, or was he just
either
claiming it to be like to
or
I think he was
for
believing
effect?
it.
desire for power, drunkenness of power.
I mean, what
just
effect
delusion.
does it mean? What effect would it have to
Delusions.
be the only Forsaken to be like half in and half out for 3,000
That you could
years?
execute machinations on behalf of the Dark Great Lord of the Dark for 3,000 years,
But do you think that like makes
which would, in some ways, instill you with a sense of being superior, and perhaps deluding oneself into even being the Dark One himself.
do you
Well,
think
how
that's-
does that? I get so Ryan. To your point, how does that, Josh? How does that manifest if someone is not quite fully bound in with the others?
Well, I mean, if we take this other Forsaken's word, it's made him less human.
Okay.
Part whatever this thing was, Baalzamon, that he was manifesting, and part the human that was Ishamael.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally agree. I totally agree with Josh.
Yeah. So, it's
That's rare.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
I know. It feels weird to say that.
that's
It does. Those
Like
are
a
odd.
badass
Like I
quote,
need
too.
to swallow this down with a drink because, like, it feels like drink. You know, everybody drink because.
Oh, we got a
that's how
couple
weird,
obligations
like,
in here.
Actually, guys, before we move on though, and let's focus on. First off, look at this headgear that KSLSI is wearing.
Thank you so much.
You ever wonder where that's come from?
That
Do you
is
think
gorgeous.
Do you think that your life would be enhanced with one of these beautiful pieces of headgear? Well,
Yeah,
let's
I
look. Whoa, here's a middle finger. Let's go back to the middle finger. I like that. Let's go. Yeah. What you wearing, right? Here we go.
What?
This is MaTsDaGger's wife's Etsy account, right? If you want to purchase any one of these pieces that you're seeing on the screen right now, go to www.etsy.com/shop/capital AURO gift box.
Pronounce this, Ryan.
Aurora's
gift box.
Aurora's
Aurora's
gift box.
Aurora's gift box.
Aurora's gift box. Aurora's gift box Either way, AGB will hook you up with just some of the best and finally
solid. I mean, and this is artisan stuff. Look at
this shit.
Look at the third on the
It
top
only
to the
takes
left.
one glance.
You
I know.
see those
Stop
tiny
looking at
little
that
gold
cute girl on the
strands?
right side of the screen. Look at the actual pieces on top.
That's
This
what I'm
is
saying.
true.
Imagine these pieces on your cute girl in your life.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where we're talking. So yeah, Etsy.com.
Aurora's gift box, guys. Check it out. Seriously, and you're helping a friend of the show.
Super awesome.
Not only a friend, like a best friend of the show.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'll tell you, yeah. We're all about supporting.
Beautiful
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
seriously, that went to Atlanta and back. That had some adventures of its own, and it still looks fabulous.
Oh man, it withstood the test of travel.
It withstood.
We were not prepared for it. It landed.
We're like, what?
Yeah.
So, yes, very cool. Yeah, check that out. Seriously, it's very reasonable priced. It is artisan. It is a family business. So, yeah, Aurora's gift box. Check it out for real. And it's
Awesome.
helping a friend of the show, guys. Seriously, this is what we do, right?
This guy is
Indeed.
stellar.
Absolutely.
He's one
But
of
what
a
we're doing
kind.
now is chapter 47.
That's what we do too. Chapter 47, the truth of a viewing, and has the whale Blueby tier blue going down. And this is a one point of view. She's in her office just doing administrative stuff, just checking her books. There was an issue with Laris, the keeper of the kitchens, or whatever that she calls herself now, mistress of the kitchens. And guys, the drinking obligation, because whenever, I don't think Robert Jordan likes heavy people much, because he's like, quote, the woman is too fat to bend over far enough.
He's such an asshole.
Yeah,
Honestly.
sometimes. So
Like sometimes he's kind of a dick. I like the man.
we have to drink to that.
Respect
Just
the man.
you wrote it.
Let me just say this: I respect the man in a lot of ways. I don't care for the
Yeah.
man in this particular way, but I'm gonna drink.
Yeah. I'm like learning about the
In certain
man.
ways.
I respect the work.
And I respect the work, and I'll jerk erect anytime.
Yeah.
I read.
You really,
a
You like at the
situation
drop
like
of a hat,
this,
like I
so-
just said. Like,
I mean, it's good.
Hut?
It's good stuff.
and then
So
What?
it's good stuff. We jerk erect and we move on.
There you go.
That's well said. You know, that should be
yeah.
Drink to
our
that.
Twitter.
Ask not
Ryan-
what your
Ryan,
jerking
change-
will do for you.
change
but
our
you
Twitter
can jerk for
description
your-
bio
your
to that quote.
Hashtag.
Yep.
We jerk erect and we move on.
Yes.
Yeah. T-shirt.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Moraine has not communicated with the Emerald.
Wow, Joe's fucking dark right now. Joe, what's going on?
Whoa.
Are you?
Yeah,
upset?
yeah, no, I hear you too.
What's happening?
It happens. No, this is free speech.
Well, maybe
I'm not
Joe
gonna-
he can come on and talk to us if he wants to. Joe, jump in here if you want to. You want to? What do you? Oh no, Dan's rubbing his head.
And no, I'm just getting the temple headache right around here.
Shit.
Ah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh man, drink some caffeine. You'll be great.
So, Swan. So here we do learn a couple things about the world. We hear that a novice is gone from the farm that she had sent her to. She has an ornately carved blackwood box that she has like all her important shit right now. Yeah, jump in right fucking now, Joe. I don't-
Yes. Yes.
You got the key.
You got it.
So the novice who had seen Min's arrival had vanished from the farm she had
Yeah,
been
free
sent to,
taffy.
and the woman who owned the farm. There's also mention of Massima, who calls himself the prophet of the Lord Dragon, who had nearly 10,000 people
Yeah, that's what
on a hillside proclaiming the return of the dragon.
Mass. Yeah,
And then there was a
10,000.
battle after. Report that Mazrim Tame is lost. He's out there, and we don't know where he's at. He's but 2 sisters had vanished in Ilion and another in Camelin. All kinds of shit that she's dealing with, right? And then the one little note that says the glasses. The sling has been used. The shepherd holds the sword. And she's like, well, all right. Man holds Kalendor, then he's the Dragon Reborn. That's what we do. And then boom.
Boom.
A whole collection of a bunch of angry-looking, smug motherfuckers barge on in, led by smug motherfuckers.
Like, which is the sister company of Fuddruckers.
It's Fud Smotherruckers.
It's Fuddruckers.
Elida, she comes in. She's like, hey, Swan. Dummy. And Elida's like, hey, they all shield her. She can't reach the power. They're like, you're done, baby. It's a coup, more or less. There was just the right number of sitters to be able to depose Swan. And guess what? That's what fucking happens. She is deposed right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she gets slapped across the face, too.
Yep. Sent to HR.
2 back-to-back drinking obligations, guys. Burn my soul. I'll use this lot for fish bait. Which, if you think about, you know what, let's think about that phrase. You are cutting a person up so small and chumming them in the water so that you can get fish.
What's that word? Chumming?
Chumming,
When you fish for sharks.
What do you mean? Wait. Is this a
You don't know what
phrase?
chum is?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Chumming?
come on, chum.
Chum, it's a barrel of
Right, get with the
chopped
fuck.
up fish parts and blood, and you put it with a ladle into the water behind the boat to get the sharks to come.
Yeah, haven't
You
you
make
seen
a shark
Jaws?
come by chumming?
It's
That's
called
great.
chumming. You chum
That's
the water, you throw in blood and guts and stuff, and
And
it's
then
got
the sharks just come.
They come really hard, Ryan, when they chum the water.
Second drinking obligation, and we'll do them back to back, is quote, I'll have your hide salted and
Come
stretched
on.
in the sun for this, Elida. I swear it.
Ryan
know what?
Jordan. Ryan Jordan over there.
Imagine that. They are skinning a woman alive. Who knows if it's alive or not.
Yeah.
But they're skinning a woman
the J
and
and
tanning her
RJ
hide
is for
in the sun.
Jaws. Dunna, dunna. Dunna, dunna. A lot of drinking tonight, man. Jesus.
Hey man, I don't write the rules.
Yeah.
I just made the game. So I guess I write the rules.
All right.
Ulrich is dead. Ulrich. Who
Not
knew that
some
Swan
Rick.
had a warder?
All right.
Yeah, I didn't know she had a warder. That was sad. Fucking A, man.
We see in the show that the death of a warder or an Aes Sedai certainly affects the other. There's mention of this bond. It doesn't seem that Swan really noticed that her warder was dead until she saw him on the ground.
Yeah.
Weird, huh?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Just saying. But they're like, all right.
Just saying,
Guess they
Dan.
didn't
No,
really have a
dude,
good
brother Dan,
connection.
what are you really saying?
I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'm just,
come on. This is LeafCast.
I'm saying that.
As a
I'm
blue,
wondering
they
how
must not have been
consistent
very
this
close.
might be with with them.
This
What
might
we
be a literary inconsistency, Dan.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm wondering. Maybe she didn't like him so much. Maybe it was just a mini bond.
Yeah, they had a weak connection.
Maybe.
Yeah, or maybe she had let him go when she became.
Because we all know.
You know what? Yeah. Does the Amarylline seat need to have a warder? That's a good question. Maybe she released that.
Maybe they're not allowed to have one.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there's probably some rule.
That is all right. So, Alric had been her warder for close to 20 years, never complaining when her path kept them in the tower, never muttering when being the Amarylline's warder sent him hundreds of leagues from her.
Okay, so Amarylline's warder. So he
Yeah.
was
that's
still
what it
her
is.
warder.
Yes. So she didn't know he died until she saw it. That's just a thing, I guess. I mean, anyways.
Maybe she was shielded and she didn't realize it.
Oh.
Possibility.
Oh,
How
that
did you
might-
not
oh,
realize
okay.
it, though?
Or maybe they did it after she was shielded while they were in the other room.
Oh, is that why she did?
That's interesting. Or maybe
Or
Raphael.
Lead on. Okay, so
That's a very good point. So would
just fuck off. Okay, fine.
if someone is shielded, then does it then block the warder bond?
I don't see why it wouldn't. It depends on the one power.
That's a good question.
Wait, what? But she's been stilled. So wait, what is the question?
She hasn't
Well,
been
she's
stilled
not
yet.
stilled yet. I mean, she
No,
does get stilled,
she
but
hasn't
right
been
here
stilled
she's
yet.
just blocked.
Wait, can I get the
Block,
music
yeah.
turned down a little bit?
Hell to the yeah.
What? No.
Concentrating.
Boom.
What?
Anyway,
Nice.
so she
Yeah,
had her
it was like
warder
that,
for
yeah.
10 years before she became Amarylline. So did she keep her warder as Amarylline? She was just okay. So why did she?
And then
Why
it
did
says-
her?
it says-
Why did they become? Why did they start looking younger?
Well, hold
that's
on.
a good
Actually,
point.
Zool, we'll get. Okay. Let's
another
get.
big question.
Let's just jump into that. Let's jump into that. So
Sure.
they later on in the chapter they do get stilled. They cannot access the one power at all, and yet Swan thinks that they probably look 15 years younger at least.
Yeah. This feels weird to me because I thought that Aes Sedai were mostly supposed to look like ageless, right? So they were supposed to continuously, constantly look like they're getting younger. But these people.
Ageless doesn't necessarily imply youth.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Fuck off, Josh.
Well, no, it's okay. So it may be like almost like a porcelain doll type thing,
I mean,
or some sort of like
brother,
thing
Oh, and
that
then it's like broken and shattered, and then whatever is behind it is like
but all
once there's no power there, like whatever is behind it is there.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean
it's
just like an
basically-
actual porcelain doll where it just looks like you can't really tell an age. There aren't wrinkles. It's like kind of just this shiny facade kind of thing.
well, no,
All right, fine. Well, I
let's-
took that very, very seriously. What you said.
So now in my reread, and this is like I'm on. It's based on how much power you have in the one power. So if you're really strong in the one power, you slow down aging better than those who are weaker in the one power. Put that in your
Well, I
comments.
didn't
So-
understand
Well,
why
that's
that
all we're
was.
asking.
So, it was so different.
Yeah, I'm all about
It was
it.
like you were supposed to, you're
Okay.
supposed to look, older then. If
might-
you were
it might
stilled,
imply-
my
it might
understanding
imply
was
the-
that you would look older
Yeah, right.
than an ageless Aes Sedai, right? That,
It's like serenity. It's a look of serenity and angelic purity.
uh-huh.
So you think? Oh, okay. So like
Like a saint,
Angelic purity.
not like a young girl, but like a saint.
But more like
Ooh.
you with your beanie and then the halo that is the WOT symbol over your head.
Nope, not like that.
Not like that at all.
Nope.
Not like that at all.
Not like that at all? No?
Nope, no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, nothing like that. Okay. Sorry. Over and out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Try again. Over
Yep.
and
Well, it's a
out.
crazy
Okay, let
concept
me
that's
figure
implied,
this out.
though. It's like, okay, listen to this though. Like, so if an Aes Sedai is stilled, she's brought back to the point when she was before she was an Aes Sedai. Possibly. Does that make sense? I don't know.
That does
So
make
it's
sense
like-
to me, John.
So
That's
Dana
what
had said
I was-
that
that's
that
what
was
I took
Go
from
ahead.
it. Like, once you're stilled, you kind of go back to what you were before you became an Aes Sedai. It's kind of this powers left you.
Interesting.
That's the way I took it. I don't know,
So becoming an Aes
which is
Sedai
like totally
means that
weird.
to become an Aes Sedai means that you like go through ceremonial stuff, right?
Right.
Right.
Does it? So is it touching the one power, or is it ceremonial stuff that creates this? Well, but I guess they do.
It's the one power, because otherwise, why would stilling change it?
Yeah. Good point. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Men is
But
in.
then we wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. We learned that possibly the one power can
Right?
be taught.
Correct.
Todd,
Correct.
you.
What's that?
So I mean, so what does that mean to you then, in this context?
What?
I don't know.
I
It
missed
just
something.
means
What?
like it feels like I don't know. Like there's I don't know. I'm not. I can't even follow my own thought further down
Okay.
this moment in
Alright.
time. But I'm sure there's something there.
Yes, that's
I'm
it.
smarter than I look.
That's it, Dana Lou. Look at what she wrote. What Dana says right there.
I mean, before
It's like
swearing,
They
the
go back,
three-
to their
See,
Wait, she's
There
asking
you
you,
go.
Todd.
go back to like that.
and
No,
I
that's
did
what
say
that's what I was
you
implying. I was trying to like get at that. Yeah. That's what I was like trying to get at.
take
It's
it
like
in the ass,
before they
Todd.
become an Aes Sedai, they kind of go back to
That's right, buddy.
what?
What?
All right. So
Sorry.
all right. Let's just jump back into the thing. So men is
Wait, what am I
in
taking
Tarvalon
this?
experiencing all the craziness. She
I don't-
is.
I don't understand that at all. What are you saying? I'm taking an ass?
I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. That's all.
I don't know what's that. Okay, let's carry on. Jeez.
All right. Yes. Let's just move the fuck on.
Move on.
So
We stand erect. What was it you said?
Jerk erect.
We jerk erect and drink.
We jerk erect and drink. Yeah.
That's the way.
This is the way.
Tis.
all right. So Min is there. She's seeing like a fire over near where the warders normally hang out. She hears fighting and stuff, and she's like, whatever. And then Gawain comes out, and Gawain gives her the beef. He's like, hey, yo, the Amerlin was deposed this morning. Leave, men. This isn't safe. She's like, well, we learned that Gawain led a. So here it says, quote, they say Hamar is trying to break Swan Sanche free. I have to go to the tower. Men, leave, please. And we learn that Gawain kills Hamar and Colin, who's also like a trainer of the warders. And he's leading a group of warder trainees that are called the Younglings now. He killed his teacher because his teacher was trying to free the Amarylline, and yet he lets men go. Let's talk about this a tiny bit. So, what's up with Gawain? Gawain is
This is surprising.
training to be a warder. He's not a warder yet. He has not been bonded.
Well, we know he was already on a slippery slope with the White Cloaks book
Mm-hmm.
and the gift from the White Cloaks leader.
Right? Yeah.
So he was already like sloping into dangerous territory on one side of the extreme, which begins with an R. And I'm not going to use the word because we're trying not to be political.
Yes.
Rebellion? oh.
Yeah. Right.
Respectican?
Ryan-esque.
Yes.
Let's just call it the right.
All right.
Like WRI.
Yeah, so like the White Cloaks book is basically like having like Mein Kampf, right? Like you're just walking around with Mein Kampf.
That's the way I always thought about it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Yeah.
It's some just like extremist tome that like he's like taken with, right? So
This was very surprising, this part, to me, though.
right?
This chapter is huge, actually. I mean, we are having a deposition, like a leader is being deposed without her knowledge. Something that hasn't happened in centuries, millennia.
Dan, we're wrong. This is Gawain. They're not Gawain.
That's
This is
right.
Ga-
Yeah, that's glad. But that's all right.
Yeah, we there you.
It's Glad who is carrying around that stuff, and
Oh,
Glad is
Glad
the one that does what's right no matter what, even if it hurts his friends, kind of thing.
Yeah. Gawain thinks White Cloaks suck. All right.
Wait, so Gawain is
Gowan is in love with Egwin, more or less. He's like, oh,
right, but and it's Elaine's brother.
correct,
Right.
Okay,
correct. Galad is the one she's like, that's not my
her
brother.
half brother.
Yeah, he's a jerk. So this is out. This is a little out of place for Gawain, actually. Anyways.
And thanks to chat, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It jumps back to Swan. Swan is in prison, drinking obligation because she is naked. It says, quote, they could have left me my shift at least, which is, small clothes for women. So thanks, Robert Jordan. We have naked women in prison.
Thank you, RJ. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Where'd Kay go?
Yeah.
we have
Good question.
yeah. Leanne is in prison with her. She's calling her mother. She's like, don't call me that. Just call me Swan. They're like, all right, we're going to get up. we're gonna do this. They hear rattling in the lock, and they're like, well, let's face this on our feet. We're tough people. And then it cuts back to Min, and Min is the one who's opening this lock. What do you know? Laris is with her. Laris, what is the relationship that you see between Laris and Min? Guys.
So does Gowan go with Elida's side because of his distrust of Swan? And his anger at her for hiding where his sister and Egwin went?
That's a good point. Well, you know what? And you make we'll get
he
to
did
that.
kill two sword masters.
But no. Let's stay with what you were just saying. So yes, they earlier we saw that they were very frustrated with Swan. They did not know where their sister was. They were losing faith and trust in what the Amerlin was feeding them. And keep in mind, they grew up with Elida. Elida was their mother's advisor.
Right.
We did talk about Elida potentially becoming... It was seemingly implied that she would become the Amerlin at some point out of her jealousy.
Right.
I think we did call that a number of shows ago.
And Swan backs you up and says she's always been jealous ever since I was raised, and not her.
Right.
Toast jelly.
So well done, guys.
Totes jelly, Todd says.
Toast jelly. Toast jelly.
Okay, so your question is about Laras and Min?
Yes. So
Laras sees herself in Min, in Elamindra. We've seen that a bunch of
living
times.
Vicariously.
Yeah, because she was a girl of the boys, quote unquote.
Yeah. And which leads us to our next drinking obligation, real fast, Josh. Quote, it was hard to believe that the woman with all her chins had ever been a beauty, but men surely thought her beautiful now. You know what? People
Cheers
would,
to that.
people with
Whatever
more
that.
than one chin are beautiful. So, you know, fuck you, Robert Jordan. I'm drinking in defiance to that.
Drinking all day long. This is what I sing my song.
So it's Almondrette because she is almost downright hostile to both Swan and Leanne. She's like, I'm here for my girl here, and kind of fuck all both y'all. But yeah, don't. Hey, if anything happens to men, I'm gonna, beat your butt. It says, oh no, I highlighted what the threat, but yeah, she gives a threat. You will wish they had cut off your heads before I am done, which is another drinking obligation. So, she's much more respectful to men than she is to either Swan or Leanne once they do not have the authority of the seat behind them. Yeah. I know. And R.I.P. Philip Seymour Hoffman, right? That man is dead.
That is what I'm screaming,
PSH.
Brother Dan.
Yeah, thank you, Joe, for reminding me that Philip Seymour Hoffman is not with us anymore. Gosh darn it! Thanks, Joe.
Missing that, buddy. Missing that bro.
So they get out. Gowan actually writes them a note that is the get out of free jail, get out of jail free card. He's like, whoever is with it, whoever has this note you can split. And Swan's like, does that mean anyone? Did they just say 3 women? No. Okay. And she sees Logain and she's like,
Oh
yo,
my gosh, this is so crazy. Yeah.
Logain, come with us. He's like, what? She's like, come with us.
Wait a minute, man. You know what? Dude, we
Still
forgot,
using,
like, one.
still using people.
We're always saying,
Dude,
come
we
with
He's a user.
Wait.
At least-
We forgot about one thing though, man.
us.
No, I just skipped. Go ahead.
Dude,
What?
we were just
Okay.
reacquainted with somebody that we love on the show.
Oh, yeah. So they go to the stables
Some
and they're
horses.
like,
Baby Yoda?
a stout, shaggy mare.
Was it
Who
Grogu?
was that?
Grogu?
Who was that man, Ryan?
No.
Oh,
So the name of this chapter,
Whoa,
Truth of a
you know
Viewing.
what?
Yes.
are we in agreement, first time readers, that this is the truth of Min's viewing of blood spilt within the White Tower that brought her here, that she had upon re-entering as Elmendreda?
Well, let me remind you that there is a.
Whoa. Say that one more time, please.
Well, let me real fast. Let me remind you that there is a viewing in this chapter.
Here also, yeah.
She does see Gawain, who is flashing back and forth between viewings. That she
Killing Egwene and hugging her or something.
killing her and
That
hugging
was
her. Yeah.
crazy.
There are lots of things that happen in this chapter. I don't think you can sum it up in just that sentence. Joshy Pie, sweetie, you know.
Sum up what in a sentence?
Like, can we not, we can't sum it up in one little, like,
I wasn't trying to sum anything up.
thing. Okay, well, this is a very big chapter.
There's so much. There's so much.
I'm gonna throw my book at my everything.
I like
Anyway.
Don't throw your book at your everything.
So,
Like, I'm just gonna.
all I was asking about, not trying to summarize anything, was when Min returns to the White Tower, when she comes in, she has this vision of blood to die and dead warders and Swan laying naked on the floor.
Well, okay, and then what?
Is the truth of the viewing referred to in the chapter title referring to Min's vision of violence within the White Tower that Swan denies as a reality? Or not denies as a reality, but says, hey, I can't know. When she
And
tells
she's
her.
Is
like,
it the
girl,
violence that was-
we haven't had violence in the White Tower in 3,000 years.
And because there's something in here too where when Swan is leaving, she's like, oh shit, we've done it. We've broken the White Tower.
Right,
No.
right.
This
Something
is-
Arthur
this
Hawkwing
feels-
couldn't even do.
Yeah, this feels like Age of Legends shit, like come to life, like reborn and some sort of stuff.
Nice.
And I'm not sure what's happening exactly because, of course, I don't know. But this just all feels like, okay, well, crossover of timelines, like people have been reborn as other people, probably, like because I mean, like they just act like other people. They act like. I mean, does anybody else get that, or am I? I mean, I might be.
So what do you mean by they act like other people?
Yeah, I'm not following you.
Well, I feel like everybody is kind of being different people, like
reincarnations.
Yeah, like
Yes.
reincarnations of each other. I do feel like that's what's happening. I've always felt like that's what's happening, but I mean,
So you think that's happening with like with Swain, Sanchi? Is she having? I don't know.
Can you like how does it relate to what we're talking about now? What you're
I don't know, Josh. You know, like most of the time, I don't make any sense. Most of the time, I'm not saying anything that relates to what we're talking about now, but I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna come in with this like sideways thing, and I'm like,
I like it.
yeah.
It's like a sideways
Yeah.
quandary. Yeah.
I feel like
I
they're
do
all,
think that they are all reincarnations. I definitely agree with you. Sorry, I was just trying to tie it in. Like,
I have no tie-in. I don't know. I felt like I did at the beginning,
No, I mean,
but
like,
now
Josh
I
is-
have no idea what I was talking
Okay,
about.
dude, Josh is agreeing with you. Like if all of our
ADHD at
main
his
characters.
best.
So, Josh, here's the question: is every character we're ever meeting in the books reincarnations, or are only a specific number of characters reincarnated, like storylines and archetypes of past? Right? What do you think? Is like
so if we go back to the Tinkers, and if we accept at face value the Tinker's story about her daughter in reincarnation, then yeah, everyone is being reincarnated. Now, whether not everyone is an important historical figure who's been reincarnated.
Okay.
If that's it being implied, because that's just impossible, right? I mean, those who are TAVERN, I would assume, are the ones who are historical figures that are reincarnated.
No, I don't think that the people that are TAVERN necessarily. Well, I think that the people that are TAVERN definitely are reincarnated, but I also think that people that are like
tertiary characters.
Forsaken, or like maybe like
Ooh, the first thing. Okay.
or like Dark Friends. I'm not sure which one. I'm never clear like which one is which.
Dark Friends are just people who serve the Dark Lord.
Okay,
Well, like in the 80s,
Encyclopedia,
they're
Josh.
The Forsaken are the 13 who are bound.
All right. Okay. Encyclopedia Joshua.
We love.
We love you. What?
Sorry, we had a request.
So we've got like 3 different genre Bellas. This is great. I love it.
We got one called Bella Zydeco. Too.
Dude, I can't wait for that one. The psychedelic one was cool. I like that one. It was great.
Yeah. Bella's at the club.
Club psychedelic.
So Swan has been deposed. Elida is now the Amerlin seat. Her keeper of the Chronicles is Alviarin, a white Aja who, is white Aja. But
White Aja. What is White Aja?
the white Aja, they are
We
dedicated to
haven't heard much
logic.
about them.
Yeah, I don't know that much about that.
They're the
right?
statisticians.
No,
Remember
at this point-
Elida?
At this point in the book, we haven't been introduced that much to him. But yeah,
Yeah, we met one when Elida went to confide in someone to get help about deposing Swan. She went to a white a few chapters ago. Last time we saw Elida and she was all pissed off.
Was it Alviarin?
I think it was, yeah.
Okay. Well, she became the vice president. So
Damn,
there you go.
Wow.
crazy.
I do love, I know we have Dana in chat, and we had Matt, we had the boar ring of Gawain. That was one of the Watchnary clues at Jordan.
No. The Watchnary
Right?
clue is actually a sword form called the Boar Rushes Down the Mountain.
No, that's from the
You know
shirt.
what, Joshy Pie, sweetie cunt,
Right?
you and I, as first-time readers, are not supposed to know as much as we do about prompts for Watchnary. So if you could just forget all that fucking.
No, that's something that's been mentioned, but I've never had a
Okay,
prompt
well,
for the white boar.
hey, Brother Dan, maybe
That's
you could
too
just
hard.
agree with me for like one time.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Maybe just
Yeah,
agree with
okay.
me. Like one,
All right.
like,
Yeah.
Like one time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool.
Joshy Poo.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Joshy Pie. Yeah, you just like ignore that shit, okay? Thank you.
Yeah. Just ignore that shit, Josh.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you, Kay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the blob of red on the note was bore the imprint of a charging boar. And that is, but again, to the Watchnary, I haven't done the white boar. That would be too hard, I think. I have easy peasy and I have hard, and that would be too hard, I think.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
So let's get back to Dana's point that Gawain killed Hamar and Kulin. These were blade motherfucking studs.
Masters. Yeah.
I don't know if they were
Hammer.
official masters, but yes, they taught people. I mean, they were black belts in sword. You
No,
know,
I think they're both blade masters.
did they have the heron mark?
I think
That's awesome.
the story.
I didn't realize that.
That's what chat's.
Well, what's
telling
crazy?
us.
Did Hamar
Crazy
and
is,
Kulin
like-
have the heron mark sword? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just crazy. Like, this surprised me
guy.
that Gawain led this charge and killed all these like blade masters and warders. They killed like warders. They were like little, training warders that killed like professional warders. Like, that was like, and especially because like Gawain always seemed kind of like a. Like he was kind of like under the protection of Galad, and he wasn't like that good of a swords person and swords fighter. Galad was like always saving his ass, and like he was kind of like just the rich boy that didn't really know how to sword fight. So I don't know. It was really
Well, he
surprising.
threw a sword up against Swan's throat that like just nicked her
Yeah.
just enough.
So he's learned a lot, I guess, while training at the White Tower under like orders.
Yeah.
Well, enough to beat
To kill
two
them.
sword masters, and to kind of have like all these dudes with him that are like, Lord Gawain, the white board charges, yay, we're with you, bro.
Yeah, it's amazing. little transformation in character there. It's cool.
I love that Min has the vision of Loghain's glory again here when they run into him.
So that's I guess so that's the only vision that occurs here. So to your point, they had mentioned you had mentioned whether this was a fulfillment of a prior vision, or is this the vision that they're talking about in the chapter, the truth of a vision? Because this one is left ambiguous.
Well, there's that one, but then there's also the one around Gawain's head. And she says, I think this is important. For a moment, she let herself think of the images she had glimpsed. Just for a moment, flickering around Gawain's head. Gawain kneeling at Egwin's feet with his head bowed, and Gawain breaking Egwin's neck. First one, then the other, as if either could be the future. The things she saw were very rarely as clear in meaning as those two, and she had never before seen that flickering back and forth, as though not even the viewing could tell which would be the true future. So there we get truth and viewing in the same sentence. I mean...
Well, yeah, because according to what she said, her viewings always happen. And this one was almost a coin flip. Her seeing heads and tails, heads and tails, heads and tails.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels responsible for setting Gawain down that path. Which maybe, has she ever had a vision before where she feels responsible? The sentence says this. Worse, she had a feeling near to certainty that it was what she had done this day that had turned Gawain towards those two possibilities.
Yeah.
So maybe it's because of her role in creating the possibility that it is unclear.
Guys, you imagine doing something and then seeing the person's future based on what you decided?
And maybe that's why, yeah, I mean, again, maybe that's where the chaos comes in.
Every choice we make, Brother Dan, leads to futures we can't predict.
That seems gnarly. That seems a heavy burden.
Poor man.
Poor man.
Yeah.
Well, what we've heard before is that she always regrets telling people in what ways whether or not it's worth it because it can shift their world. And here she sees herself as being that thing which then shifts the world. So it's sort of like yet another twist on that way of doing it.
Yeah. Actually, that's really well said.
So, like, why was Min protected so much by this chick? You know, like, what was her face? What was her name?
Loris.
Loris. Yeah, Loris. What was it? This was the cook, right? She was, like, threatening everybody. And she's like, you cannot tell them ever that I helped you or I will fucking deny it because I'm just a cook and nobody will believe you anyways. And so she was really adamant about this, and she was like, why did this person help her though? Like, this person,
she's been obsessed with her ever since she came to the tower.
But yeah, I know, but why?
Because she sees herself in her.
I know, but why?
Oh yeah, she says there is like a part where she says
she's talking about this all the time, about seeing herself in her. She
was a beauty in her youth.
Thought she would be her, like, maybe a much earlier self, and she was gonna be like this crazy person that was just gonna like totally fuck up the world. Or like, what did she say? Oh my gosh, I totally forget what she was gonna say, what she said. I know you all know what she said, but it was drastic, it was specific, and it was something that I am worried about, because this doesn't feel like just a coincidence. This feels like she was like, oh, you remind me of my younger self, and
Maybe
Yeah, right.
she's
Think
it was
maybe
so very specific, and she just like couldn't draw her attention away from it. Or when she did, she was angry, and then as soon as she looked back at Min, she was fine and had a really great, I don't know, way about her.
That's a good point.
maybe Min's TAVERN.
What?
Maybe Min is
Oh.
TAVERN.
Yeah.
Oh, cheese and rice, Joshua.
Well, Gawain does write a letter against his better judgment
Maybe.
to let them out, to let Swan Sanche escape.
Yep.
Okay. Right on. Right on.
Why do you think, Kay?
Well, I don't know why, but I think that she
Yeah.
I think that it was important for her to help to be there to help to Dan's point, like to help Swan Sanche and Leanne, I can't ever pronounce her name. I feel like it's Leanne.
Landry?
Well, let's keep in mind this too.
Yeah, for both of them to escape and to
Oh.
and to like get out there, and also to help possibly for Logain,
Logain too, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
To like
Well,
end up between them.
let's keep this
Which
in
is
mind,
gonna
though.
be a weird twist if that's
Right?
a like
Yeah.
if they all
I was
end up
like,
like in
what
a
the-
dark ass twisty shit.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a weird that's a powerful turn of events. That would be a powerful turn of events if that happens. I'm just gonna say that would be don't you guys think like that would, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, bringing Logain in? What the? What,
like
yeah, what's
that's
going on
hard
there?
to swallow for me. Like it just feels like a lot
That's
of
great. I love it.
tension.
I love it.
And right, wouldn't that be crazy though? Like if they all merged together to be.
I think I love this crew though. I really love this crew. I love this crew like Min, you know, Swan Sanchi, Leanne, and then Logain. And Bella. Bella's in it.
Oh my gosh, I know. I was like,
I love
oh my
this.
gosh, who
I
are
love
they
this
going to
crew,
say
yeah.
the horses? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's Bella.
Well, Bella is what brought Gawain
love
over.
this crew.
Gawain's like, that's her horse. Why do you have
That
her
was
horse?
great. I
I love this crew.
1,000% agree with Todd. That was drink to that, drink to Bella. That was amazing. I was like, what?
I love this crew.
I didn't even understand like fully that was great. My heart was bleeding for that moment.
So let me reemphasize this
I'm
point
loving
though.
the crew. This crew's great. Yeah.
Quote, Min was not about to tell him that the warders from the Blue and Green Aja had planned to free Leon and Swan before they were stilled, and might have succeeded if Gawain had not roused the students, children too, and led them into the tower to stop them. The fighting had been amongst the deadliest, student against teacher, and no mercy, no quarter. Gawain, there was an attempt to try to free Swan, and Gawain is the one who killed warders and stuff.
This is the way. This is the
Right. That was surprising.
And yet allows Swan to leave because she is with men. He killed his friends. He killed his teacher. I mean,
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you got Swan Sanchi stilled. Like, that's fucking crazy. Right?
It says that women who are stilled do not live long unless they are able to replace the passion that they felt for channeling with something else, something to fill the void. And for Swan, she is claiming it will be revenge.
Yeah. Oh, not a bunch of cats?
Not a bunch of cats. No, revenge.
Oh, okay.
She tells Logain, I'm the woman who can take you out of Tarvalon. She said, follow me and remember that I am the only one in the entire world who will give you your chance of revenge. So she's trying to give Logain that kind of, don't worry, bud. We'll just hate the people that did it and we'll get back at them and you'll live fine.
Yeah, attaboy.
With revenge.
Yeah, the Gawain, it's and around. You had mentioned earlier, Josh, that Logain, quote, suddenly for a moment that flaring halo of gold and blue shone about his head, sparkling of glory to come as surely as it had the first time she had seen it. She shivered, viewings, images. And then she sees Gawain either breaking Egwene's neck or fucking kneeling before her. They leave there. They cross the bridge, the four of them. And yeah, we get a new little group. Right, Todd?
Yeah.
I love this crew.
Side
Great.
quest.
All these sound like
love
break off
side quests.
bands. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, drummer of this band, do you want to join me and Leanne, and we'll bring Min in to play bass, and you want to be a band?
Right? It does feel like a band
A little bit.
situation. A little bit.
So,
Little
of
bit.
these 3 chapters, what did we miss talking about, guys? Anything about the stilling process? We mentioned that they do seem to lose about at least 15 years of age.
So
And why is that? That seemed like I thought that. Okay, so I thought Aes Sedai were ageless, but then
Yeah, we
it
were talking
seemed
about that.
like
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
like lost.
But there's a
What
ratio.
was- yeah, I mean,
I
like
think agelessness looks more like plastic surgery. You know how like
Oh no.
it's like a
That's what I was
tightening of
getting
the
at.
skin and like a doll-like complexion.
oh, like
It's kind of like a
Botox.
mask. It's like a
Yeah,
mask.
like Botox, like a mask. So when they
It's like-
lose
it's like-
their power,
or
they become more
like
natural
like a
and they show their original age.
skin, and then it goes away, so it
R-
becomes.
RJ himself even
Why
said,
would it
like,
become more natural looking though?
Yeah.
Because they're no longer
No, no.
under
Yeah.
the one power.
Well, let me ask you, Josh,
Like a
is it
mask.
their original age, or do Aes Sedai age slower?
I know Todd's theory is that they go back to being the age they were before they had the 3 oaths. But I think, yeah, they just age more slowly. They're still aging, but it's like slowed down because they can live for hundreds of years, right? Longer than the normal human lifespan, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
So something is slowing it down. And we see that with all of the other people who can channel that we've met from other cultures as well. They have the Aes Sedai agelessness about them,
Yeah.
despite not having taken the oaths. So it's not the oaths; it's actually the one power that imbues
Cool.
this.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Right?
Why do you think they? Why
Really
does
talking
that?
out my ass here, but
How about Rafa?
Todd, why does that happen? Why does the one power slow down aging in your head? And if you don't know, that's fine. I mean,
or your groin.
or your groin.
Oh, who are you talking to? Me?
You.
Yeah.
Your groin.
Oh,
or your
sorry,
head.
dude. My connection is fucking so terrible. Yeah, I think it's what Josh was saying. You know, once they take the 3 O's, their aging slows, and it's like a mask. like kind of metaphorical mask. I don't know. That
Metaphorical
keeps them from
mask.
Okay, but you think it's connected
But, like-
to the 3Os, but I think Josh was saying it's
I
not
think-
connected to the 3Os.
I don't think it's the O's. I think it's the one power itself, because we see the same thing in the wise ones and in
I
other
gotcha.
people
I
who
see
can
what you're
channel from other cultures.
I'm kind of looking at the 3Os and the one power, I guess, as one thing intertwined. I'm kind of looking at it in that sense. That you become like an Aes Sedai.
So, like,
I
Well,
agree.
the question is though. Oh, this is a good question. I just thought of.
Yes. Ask the
Hit
question.
it.
So once you take the 3Os, are you open to the power more than you were before you took the
Yeah,
3Os?
yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
Which goes
yeah,
back
like
to the.
why would the
like,
O's make you? A good question. Very good question. Yeah.
or does it act like a leash?
I don't know.
Like it's implied that it
A
does.
leash to youth and longevity.
No, like a leash in the same way that the Adam is a leash for the Suleiman. Suleiman. Right? The Aes Sedai, I think we've talked about this briefly, but like
What's the ponder?
the Athan Mier are the only culture, well, and the Aiel that we've seen who don't burden people who can channel with some sort of thing to keep them in line.
What kind of thing might keep them in line, though?
Well, for the Aes Sedai, it's the 3 oaths.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For the Suladam, it's the Adam itself.
Okay.
So you're conflating the the oaths to the actual.
Well, I think we
physical-
talked about this a couple of shows ago, that why is it that the Aes Sedai are required to take the oaths when the wise women who can channel and the seafarers who can channel, the windfinders who can channel, are not required to by their culture?
It doesn't affect
What
the
makes
ability.
them different, and why did the Aes Sedai have to take the oaths? I think what we decided was the breaking, essentially, as like a byproduct of culture's fear, the broader culture's fear of those who can channel in the face of the
Yep.
breaking.
Yep. Great. Yeah,
Exactly. The sea folk aren't a threat, but 3,000 years ago, Aes Sedai flipped out and fucked things up.
Right.
And
And
so
that's, the Adam are the byproduct of that, right? Because that's Arthur Hawkwing's soldier army
Yes.
in the face
Exactly.
of that. And so it's even a more extreme example of that same fear and retribution
Cool.
of those who can channel.
Cool.
I
And
totally.
yet on the flip side, you have Elida, who was an advisor to a queen, but that was only allowed, more or less, were assumed, because she had taken a vow not to lie and not to use the one power to kill you.
Right.
Whew. Whew. Wow, she
Guys,
got
this has been-
vows
this has been a show.
as leashes. Jesus, Josh. Thank you.
Also, yes.
We're going to be doing 3 chapters next
So,
week.
yes.
Or up
Also,
until-
yes. Also, yes. Also, yes. Also, yes.
Also, yes. Yes.
Also, yes. Because, fuck. Because also, yes.
Oh,
dude.
No, go on.
No, I love all the different ages and the different things and the different eras and the different people that I feel like are represented in this whole specific triad of chapters. It's fun. It's been a lot of fun. Honestly, these were fun chapters for me.
Yeah.
The only
Because
last
it felt like there were so many different eras, right? You guys
It
didn't
jumped
you-
around for
you
sure.
feel like that happened? Like there were different people.
Look at this.
They were reincarnated
Craig
and like
Hobbs is in
different
the
like
chat.
things
Craig!
happening. Like it's so fun. It felt like there were things that were happening. It was like, ooh, who is this? Who is that? And oof, gosh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Ugh.
And
I'm
we
just-
were-
I'm
we were
excited to find
possibly
out-
Introduced to a new Forsaken.
Yep.
Yes,
New Forsaken.
or maybe, yeah, maybe. Like I don't even know. Like maybe we've known this person before because I feel like Forsaken kind of the shapeshift, right? Like that's been our experience.
We've met her before.
Yeah, so who-
Of Forsake. Well, no, just that's been our that's. I don't even know if we've met this person before,
Right.
but
That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
really good question.
I'm just
I mean,
saying,
and
like,
we don't know,
have
but yeah,
we,
that's
like,
a good
because-
question.
Yeah, have we met this person before? Because,
Mm-hmm.
In our experience so far, the Forsaken shapeshift.
Or are they just like forsaken?
Or they-
Yeah, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you.
No,
Only one of them shapeshifts. They all masquerade, maybe is what you mean, as other people.
Masquerade.
Oh, okay.
maybe they masquerade. Maybe they masquerade, or they shapeshift, or they whatever. Okay, fine. Joshy Pie, sweetie, you don't even. Okay, so
Hey,
if you
disagree
want
to
to call
disagree.
it that, then call it that. I'll agree to disagree. And
No, that's it's a big
As of-
distinction for sure. It's a distinction. It's
As of
noteworthy.
right now, Lamphir is the only one that we have seen in a different
Properly shapeshift.
in Celine. That doesn't mean that we have not seen other people that can do this. That's just the only one that we have known of so
We
far.
know of so far, yeah.
But
So,
we also don't know.
Speaking of Lanfear, one last thing.
Mhm.
As going along with this Kiel thing, Kiel says to Rand, "Tell him, my Lord Dragon, I have a feeling you know something of the dangers of scorning a woman."
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
So why is she not in a beautiful form then?
All the better to hide.
Because it has a
Is that Lamphir's way
beautiful
though?
form. Oh, I know why. Because the beautiful form hasn't worked.
Come for me, Dovie.
She's trying like
I love you, my mistress.
she's trying like a different form.
Say again, Todd.
Right?
Yes, say again, Todd.
So the beautiful form hasn't worked yet with the 3 TAVERNs. So she's trying another form.
Trying something different.
She's trying the more
Okay.
like bigger
She's
bone
go
form.
first. She's like, well, maybe they like it. They're like the plump girls.
Bigger,
And yeah, I mean, Celine's been rejected by all 3 of them at
bigger
this
form,
point.
the bigger bone.
And certainly Rand would be aware if
She's
Celine
trying a
was
different
there.
Form. She's like,
Okay, did anybody else notice that, like, also there were the three mentioned at some point, and I do not remember when. Don't challenge me on this tidbit, but there was a mention of Rand with Avienda and Elaine and Min, I believe.
You're right.
he's
There is
having
a
dreams
mention
about
of that.
Avienda.
Yeah.
We talked about that briefly. I think when you were away.
Nope.
Okay.
Did you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or
she's
well,
been in and
we
out.
talked about the sexual tension between Rand and Avienda. You missed it. I wish you were there. It was very.
Ooh, I do
sultry
wish I
and
was
delicious.
there because fuck, I really believe that like I really think I don't know. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's a I think a
It's a
Well, there is this comment that Rand says where he says
He sees her in his dream now, right?
she accuses him of like needing to own everything but the dress your wife stands in. And he says, that's not all the way it is, he protested. And anyone where I come from would brain a man who thought it was. Anyways, don't you think that ought to be settled between me and whoever I do decide to marry? Which sure seems like a sentence that implies potentially they're going to get it on.
right. Bong. Yep.
Wow,
So much.
Bam.
So are you,
Oh,
Kay? Are you
yeah.
seeing like a foursome, like a?
Oh
Or is
no,
it
I
just
don't
like-
even know. Like I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a green, like a reverse green Aja situation.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Oh.
maybe it, or like, maybe
Okay, go. Yeah.
it's just like it, or maybe it's like
Love
one after the other type of situation, because it seems
Whoa.
like things have been building between Rand and Avienda towards the last bit of these chapters. So that was like
Yeah, it's
apparent
building.
towards that was like a thing, and he was like, I got distracted and I couldn't even I didn't even notice that I wasn't listening to what she was actually saying, but I was only listening to like the sound of her voice,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
like
I'm
at
sorry,
the
were you
end,
saying
right?
something,
So
Rand?
it was like, and honestly, when I was listening to the chapters on Audible, I did the same thing. And I was like, what? I don't even,
Yeah.
I wasn't even listening. I don't want exactly that.
So are you attracted to Avienda? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, she's very attractive to me, yes. Absolutely.
I agree.
I got
I'm
nothing
right there
on
with
her.
you. No.
One funny little thing I picked up on at the end of Dragon Reborn 2. Remember how we wondered what the deal was
Is
between
that the sequel to
Ruark
Dragon Reborn?
and Barrelane?
Sorry. Sort
Where
of.
like Ruark kind of like had already had this talk with Barrelane that he like threatened to have with her again.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So in this chapter, at the very end of the book, when we meet Barrelane the first time, listen to this sentence. Her black hair swept to pale shoulders, and her dress of the finest red silk left those shoulders bare, along with a considerable expanse of what Matt noted as an admirable bosom.
Bosom.
For a moment, she studied Ruark interestedly with large dark eyes.
But not. Are they obsidian eyes?
Well, no.
Then-
So are you saying that she is masquerading as someone else?
No, I'm saying that she came, like, we were like, oh, maybe she came on to him and he had to put her in her place.
Yes.
And here is the sentence showing, oh, she was attracted to him or noted him as a target.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If there's a montage, like all of a sudden, like
Oh no,
everything would get,
Ruark. We would all want to fuck Ruark. I mean, Ruark.
but like that moment, like she would get sepia tone, like 70s music would just start bouncing.
It's like Vaseline lens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vaseline bounce.
Vaseline lens.
Yeah, Vaseline lens. Dan, you don't. God damn it. Dan.
You know, like Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek and Boogie Nights.
Vaseline.
Boogie Star Trek.
Vaseline lens. Yeah, or what? Barbara Walters. Why she looks so good still?
Either way, it's time to.
That's
end
Botox,
this bad
man.
boy. Let's wrap this up.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Time
All right,
is a
so 3
trap.
chapters next week. Up until 50, so 49, 50, and 51.
Can't wait.
Good 50 pages. And
Can we read 4?
I mean, things are starting to get cooking now. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be hard.
we don't have much left to work.
He's
What
What
trying
did
to-
Joshy Pie
Wait,
Sweet
what's gonna be
say?
hard, Josh?
What?
What's gonna be What's gonna be hard? You said.
Not finishing this book.
Remember,
this
shallow
week.
breast. No.
Oh, okay, difficult, not hard.
It's gonna be
All right.
super hard.
Remember,
Okay.
Get reading, you filthy
Save it
animal.
It's gonna be
save it
hard.
for later, Kay.
So
it's gonna
hard.
be hella hard.
It's gonna be
It's
jerk
good to be a little
All
hard.
right. Life's
It's
great.
good to be semi-hard.
All right, run for your lives.
That is the way of the leaf.